The secret moments before my wedding day. Before we begin the story, make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss more incredible stories every day. 33 minutes before I walk down the aisle, I find a second envelope. It's taped to the underside of the vanity in the bridal suite, like someone hid it for me and forgot the world has mirrors. The room smells like hairspray and steamed satin. My hands are already shaking from nerves, but this is different. This is the kind of shake you get right before bad news. Outside the door, I hear the muffled thrum of the venue downstairs, chairs scraping, a mic test, someone laughing too loudly. Emma. Jade calls through the crack, her voice bright in that practiced way. You good? Makeup's ready when you are. I'm fine. I lie, because that's what brides do. We smile. We swallow. We keep the timeline moving. The envelope is thick. No glittery calligraphy. Just black ink, all caps. Emma, before ceremony. My phone says 3:27 p.m. Ceremony at 4 o'clock. David is somewhere on another floor, probably letting his groomsmen adjust his tie and tell him he looks like a magazine ad. I'm supposed to be floating. I'm supposed to be thinking about vows and flowers and the tiny freckle on his left shoulder I kiss when he's half asleep. Instead, I peel the tape off like it's evidence at a crime scene. Inside are three things: a folded letter, a copy of our marriage license application, and a printed email thread with the subject line: consent forms, urgent before Saturday. My name is on the forms. My address. My birthday. My signature. Only, the signature is wrong. Not sloppy wrong. Wrong like someone practiced my hand until it looked believable. I hear the door handle jiggle. Jade again, impatient now. Helen is asking if you're dressed yet. She's freaking out about photos. Helen, David's mother. The woman who has called this wedding our family's moment since the day he proposed. I tuck the papers back, but my fingers snag on the email's timestamp. 11:48 p.m. last night. Sent from a clinic I've never heard of. The letter on top is sealed with clear tape, like someone didn't trust glue. I break it open. The first line reads, "If you say I do without knowing, it will be too late." Then Sophia shows me the signature, and my stomach drops. I'm not the kind of person who believes in perfect days, but I believe in David. We meet 3 years ago at a volunteer cleanup by the river, both of us knee-deep in mud and broken cans. He offers me his last clean glove like it's a grand gesture. I laugh, and he laughs back, and the whole day feels lighter. That's our thing, making life lighter. When my dad's health scares spike my anxiety, David cooks pasta and sits with me until my breathing slows. When his job goes sideways, I let him talk himself empty on our kitchen floor. So when he proposes in our tiny apartment, kneeling between laundry baskets, I don't need a sunset or a violin. I say yes because yes is what my body already says whenever he walks into a room. The problem isn't David at first. The problem is Helen. Helen loves David the way some people love antiques. Polished, displayed, protected from fingerprints. From day one, she treats me like a temporary sticker on a permanent heirloom. She never says outright that I'm not enough, but she says it in 100 smaller ways, correcting my pronunciation, asking if I plan to keep working after marriage, suggesting my dress needs more structure. The tiny warning sign I dismiss happens last week, when David comes home with a folder and that careful smile he uses when he thinks I'll argue. It's just standard stuff, he says, tapping the folder. Vendor confirmations, a couple forms Sophia needs. Can you sign? We're behind. I flip through, and it's mostly boring invoices and guest counts, until I hit a single page that's blank except for a line at the bottom labeled signature. Why is this empty? I ask. David's jaw tightens for half a second, then relaxes. Sophia prints templates. She fills it in later. That's not how templates work, I say, trying to laugh it off. He reaches for my hand. Please. My mom is stressing. I just want to calm her down. I pull my hand back. I'm not signing blank paper. David stares at me like I've changed languages. Then he kisses my forehead too hard and says, "Okay, forget it." But his voice sounds like he's swallowing something sharp. Last week, David begs me to sign a blank page, smiling. I shove the papers back into the envelope and slide it into my garment bag like it's radioactive. Then I do what every anxious woman does when she doesn't know what else to do. I hunt for something practical to fix. My lipstick, the emergency sewing kit, the something blue that Jade swears is in her clutch. My suite key card is supposed to be on the tray by the door. It isn't. Jade. I call, trying to keep my voice normal. Did you move my key? She opens the door a crack. Her eyes flick to my face, then away. No. Why? Because it's gone. Jade steps fully inside and starts patting pockets like she's acting out innocence. Okay, don't spiral. You probably left it downstairs. I haven't been downstairs, I say. My mouth tastes metallic. I've been in this room since noon. We search like it's a game, flipping cushions, checking under the makeup cases. My dress hangs there, white and patient, as if it has no idea it might never walk. Sophia texts from the venue. Need you in 20 for the license signature plus final head count. Under it, another message pops up, then vanishes so fast I think I imagined it. A notification preview. Bright Hope. Confirming your 9 a.m. appointment. I turn my phone toward Jade. Did you see that? She blinks. See what? I go to my notifications history, because of course I have notifications history. I'm the kind of person who keeps receipts on my own life. There it is, timestamped 3:31 p.m. Bright Hope Fertility Center. Please confirm your consent packet is signed. My chest tightens. Fertility Center? Jade's face goes too still. Maybe it's spam. It's a real name, I say. There are emails. Consent forms. She swallows. Emma, you should breathe. I am breathing. I snap, and then immediately hate myself for it. To calm down, I open the hotel app to request a new key. There's a digital key activity tab I've never clicked before. I click it now because my hands need to do something besides shake. 2 entries appear. Key issued to Emma Parker, 11:17 p.m. Key used, 12:06 a.m. Suite 1412. Key used, 12:14 a.m. Suite 1412. I stare at the screen until the numbers blur. The hotel app shows my key was used twice after midnight. I march down the hallway in slippers and a robe like I'm late to my own trial. The corridor is quiet except for wedding staff darting past with garment bags and trays. I keep my phone screen bright, the keylog entries glowing like a bruise. At the front desk, I lower my voice. Can you tell me who accessed my suite after midnight? The clerk hesitates. I can print key activity, ma'am, but names are sensitive. I slide my ID across. It's my room, and it's my wedding today. He clicks, then prints a slip like a receipt and points at one line. Duplicate key created, requested by H. Wilkes, 11:16 p.m. Helen Wilkes. My throat dries out. Helen isn't even on this floor. She insisted that parents' suites are upstairs, more appropriate. So why is she asking for my key at midnight? Could she get it without me? I ask. He gives a helpless half shrug. She's listed as authorized. Of course she is. I snap a photo. Concrete. Cold. Proof. Back in the suite, Jade is pacing with my veil bunched in her fists. Where did you go? Front desk, I say. Helen had a duplicate key made. Jade's mouth opens, then closes. Maybe she wanted to leave you something. At midnight. I hold up the receipt photo. At 11:16? Before Jade can answer, my phone rings. Unknown number. I answer because I'm past the point of polite fear. A woman's voice, calm and professional. Hi, Emma Parker. This is Bright Hope Fertility Center. I'm calling because your consent packet was uploaded last night, but the witness signature is missing. We need that before your scheduled procedure. I didn't schedule anything, I whisper. Paper shuffles. It's under the name David Wilkes. Notes say, bride unaware. Mother requests discretion. Jade makes a sound like air leaving a balloon. I hit speaker. Can you email me what you have? I can resend the confirmation to the address on file, she says carefully. My phone buzzes. An email lands with an attachment, a calendar invite, time-stamped 11:48 p.m. Titled, Suite Review, Helen/Jade, 12:05 a.m. I open it and feel my knees go weak. The calendar invite lists my suite, but I'm not the attendee. Jade's eyes stay on the carpet, not on me. I didn't go to a clinic, she says, too fast. I didn't meet anyone. Helen's dramatic. Then why is your name on this? I hold up the invite. My voice cracks. I hate that crack. Jade swallows. Let's talk after the ceremony. There might not be an after, I say. A knock hits the door like a command. Emma. Helen's voice is syrup with a knife inside. Sophia needs you downstairs. Open up. Jade flinches. That's my answer. I slip behind the bathroom door that opens to the suite's tiny service hall and hold my breath. The air conditioner hums like it's trying to cover the sound of betrayal. Jade opens the main door. Helen glides in wearing pearls and urgency. "There you are," she says to Jade, low and sharp, like she forgot I exist. "You told me you'd handle it." "I tried," Jade whispers. She's asking questions. Helen exhales through her nose. "Of course she is. That's why we keep it simple. We get her down the aisle. We get the paperwork filed. Then she'll calm down." Jade's voice trembles. "Helen, this is a lot." "It's a family," Helen snaps. "And David cannot go into marriage with uncertainty." My phone vibrates. A voice note from David. "I love you. 30 minutes, and you're my wife." I press my fist to my mouth. A secret moment meant to be tender, now turning sharp. Helen's heels click toward the vanity. "Did you print the forms?" Jade murmurs, "Yes." "Good," Helen says. "The witness line is the only thing missing. If she refuses, we pivot to Plan B." Plan B. The words on the envelope under my vanity. "What's Plan B?" Jade asks, and I hear regret in her voice. Helen's laugh is quiet. "We remind her who paid for this wedding." She signs. She smiles. David gets what he deserves. I angle my phone closer, recording audio, heart hammering so hard it hurts. My knees nearly buckle. Behind me, the silk of my dress rustles like a warning. Helen says my name like a password, and the door clicks shut. When Helen and Jade move into the room, I retreat into the service hall, thumb pressed to my recording screen until it hurts. I'm not dramatic by nature. I'm the friend who brings Band-Aids and asks for itemized budgets. But something in me switches when I hear Helen say she signs like I'm a document, not a person. If they're playing a game with my consent, I'm going to answer with receipts. Sophia answers on the second ring. I can hear the venue behind her. Walkie-talkies, laughter, the thud of chairs. "Emma, are you coming down? We're tight on time." "I need you upstairs," I say. "Now, bring your laptop." 10 minutes later, Sophia slips into my suite. Calm face, quick eyes. Helen is on the couch, pretending to scroll. Jade sits rigid at the vanity like she's been posed. Sophia lowers her voice near me. "What's happening?" I hand her my phone. The keylog screenshot, the front desk slip, the Bright Hope email. Her eyebrows climb, then knit. "This is a fertility clinic," she says. "I've never been there." Sophia opens her laptop. "Let's verify." She logs into the vendor portal where every payment lives in neat rows. Catering, florals, chairs, the string quartet Helen insisted on. Next to miscellaneous is a new line item uploaded at 12:22 a.m. Courier service, $1,480. Paid in full. Payer, Helen Wilkes. Sophia clicks the attached invoice. A PDF pops up with the delivery address, my suite number, today's date, ATTN, bride, confidential packet. My skin prickles. That's the envelope. Sophia pulls up the Bright Hope email headers, the stuff most people never look at. She squints, then points. This wasn't sent from a clinic system. It was forwarded twice. By who? She highlights the chain. An iCloud device. Registered to H. Wilkes' iPad. Jade makes a small sound behind us. Helen's head lifts, eyes narrowing. Sophia doesn't flinch. "Emma, do you have the actual consent form?" I pull the papers from my garment bag. Sophia smooths them on the desk like she's laying out a map. She zooms in on the signature block, then on the witness line, and rotates the screen toward me. Sophia zooms in on the consent form and whispers, "This witness is you." I don't want to believe David is part of this, so I start small, the way you test ice before you step. I text him a photo of the Bright Hope email. "What is this?" Then, "Please call me." Now, 3 dots appear, disappear, appear again. My screen lights up. "David." "Hey," he says, breathy. "Are you okay?" Sophia said Did you schedule a fertility appointment for me?" I cut in. A pause. I hear a door close on his end, music muffled behind it, someone laughing like nothing is wrong. "Emma," he says carefully, "why are we talking about this right now?" "Because a consent form is in my suite with a wrong signature." Silence. Then, "It's not wrong." I blink hard. "What?" "It's your signature," he insists, too fast. Your handwriting changes." "That's a lie," I say. "And Helen made a duplicate key to my room at 11:16 last night." "Mom is helping." He snaps, and the word helping makes my stomach turn. "By forging consent." I ask, By bringing Jade into my room at midnight. His breathing gets louder, like he's pacing. You're making it sound criminal. Then explain the clinic notes. I say. Explain why they wrote, bride unaware. Explain why a courier delivered confidential packet to my room. We were trying to protect you, he says, and it's the kind of sentence people use right before they hurt you again. This is just planning. Family planning. My mom freaked out, okay? She wanted certainty. Certainty about what? I demand. About my body? He doesn't answer, and that's an answer. My fingers whiten around the phone. I stare at my reflection in the mirror. Half my hair pinned, mascara perfect, lips glossy, and I look like a woman who doesn't know she's being managed. Jade, behind me, whispers, Emma, I'm sorry. I cover the speaker. Were you in my suite last night? Jade's eyes fill. Helen made me come. She said it was just paperwork. She said David knew. I uncover the phone. Did you know Jade was there? A long pause stretches like a wire. David, I say, and my voice goes too calm, too controlled. Were you in my room last night? He exhales, and when he speaks, it's small, almost pleading. David's voice drops to a whisper. Mom wasn't supposed to leave that for you. Sophia closes the suite door and locks it without asking, like she's decided my safety matters more than etiquette. Read it, she says, tapping the packet. My eyes skim it first, refusing to land, as if denial is a skill I can practice. Then the words start sticking. Medication pickup, 8 a.m. EGG retrieval procedure, 9 a.m. Patient, Emma Parker. Sedation, 4. Tomorrow morning. The morning after my wedding. I flip to the consent page. There are initials in the margins, D, W, next to paragraphs about reproductive planning and donor material selection. I don't understand half the medical vocabulary, but I understand the basics. Someone has scheduled a procedure for my body, with my name on it, without my agreement. Is this real? I whisper. Sophia points at the clinic letterhead, the barcode, the patient portal link. Real enough to bill you. Jade stands behind me like she's afraid to move. Helen said it was just future stuff. Like, just in case. Just in case what? I snap. Just in case I don't give her grandchildren fast enough? Jade flinches. She said David has an issue. That's all. I flip again and find a donor sperm agreement with a code instead of a name. In the email thread, Helen types to the coordinator. Use donor ID WLK 1989. Family approved. Family approved. Sophia scrolls to the payment authorization. Look, there's a credit card on file. Not mine. Helen's. And a note. Bride will be grateful once settled. I play my hallway recording back. Helen's voice. She signs. She smiles. I turn to Jade. Did David ask for this? Jade's throat bobs. He didn't say no. That lands like a physical blow, because silence is still a give. My eyes drop to the last page, a marriage continuity addendum, stapled to the clinic packet like it belongs. It reads like a trap disguised as romance, deadlines, conditions, consequences. My vision swims. At the bottom, David's initials sit beside a clause I've never seen. I stand in front of the mirror and try to remember what I wanted when I woke up today. I wanted the simple stuff. David's hands warm in mine, my dad crying during the vows, Jade squeezing my shoulder like she always does when I'm nervous. I wanted to walk toward love, not away from it. Now I'm staring at paperwork that treats my body like a project plan. Sophia lays the packet beside my bouquet like they belong together. Jade sits on the edge of the bed, palms pressed to her eyes. Helen is outside the suite, talking in her perfectly controlled voice. My phone buzzes. David, where are you? They're lining us up. Then, David, please don't do this right now. I look at my reflection, hair pinned, skin powdered, lips glossy, and I think about how easy it is to stage a woman into looking ready, even when she's breaking. A memory flashes. I'm 19, watching my mom sign a lease she can't afford because a man says, just sign it, it's fine. She signs to keep the peace. 2 months later, we're packing boxes while he tells everyone she's unstable. I promised myself I would never sign anything to keep a man comfortable. But this isn't just a man. It's the man I love, and his mother's grip, and his silence. It's also a room full of guests downstairs, cameras ready, everyone expecting me to smile like nothing hurts. Jade drops her hands. Her mascara has smudged into gray shadows. Helen paid for my flight, she says. She told me to keep you calm. I thought it was just paperwork. It's my body, I whisper. Sophia leans in. Emma, you don't have to decide forever right now. You just have to decide for the next hour. The next hour turns me into someone's wife on paper, whether I understand the fine print or not. If I keep quiet, the wedding happens. Helen wins. David avoids embarrassment. I learn to swallow betrayal with champagne. If I speak up, the day explodes. My dad sees me shatter. People whisper my name with pity for years. And still, there's that clause, waiting like a trapdoor. Downstairs, the music shifts, and Sophia says, "They're seating guests." The knock comes again, harder this time, followed by the soft scrape of a key card. My door beeps. Helen doesn't wait for permission. She steps in with a photographer trailing behind her like a polite shadow, camera already hanging at his chest. "There you are," Helen says brightly, like we're in a commercial. "Oh, Emma, stunning. We need a few bridal suite shots, then we're moving. We are behind." Sophia's smile is professional enough to cut glass. "Helen, we're handling a paperwork issue." Helen's eyes flick to the packet on the table. Her brightness tightens. "What packet?" My pulse spikes. She knows. Jade stands up like a shield, but Helen walks straight to the desk and places her hand on the papers like she owns them. "These are private. David's. Give them to me." "They're about me," I say. My voice is steady, which surprises me. Helen's smile returns, too wide. "Sweetheart, you're stressed. Weddings do that. Let's not create drama because you saw medical words you don't understand." "I understand sedation," I say. "I understand tomorrow morning. I understand you made a duplicate key to my suite at 11:16 p.m. The photographer shifts uncomfortably. He looks anywhere but at us, like he can pretend he's invisible. Helen's eyes go flat. "Lower your voice." "Why?" I ask. "Because your guests might hear you try to schedule an egg retrieval without my consent." Helen's cheeks flush, but her posture stays perfect. "David wants a family," she says quietly, like she's revealing a virtue. "And he deserves a wife who doesn't make everything about herself." Sophia steps forward. "Helen, this is not your decision." Helen ignores her and turns to Jade. "You," she snaps, "go downstairs. Now." Jade shakes her head. "No." Helen's gaze swings back to me. "Emma, if you walk out there and embarrass my son, I will make sure every person in that room knows you are the problem." There it is, her threat, clean and cold. My phone buzzes again. "David, I'm coming up. Please." Helen sees the screen light up in my hand and reaches for it like it's a weapon. "Give me that." My thumb hovers over the recording app. Helen reaches for my phone, and I hit record in time. I don't scream. I don't cry. I do something worse for Helen. I get organized. "Photographer," Sophia says smoothly, turning to the man with the camera. "Can you give us 5 minutes? We're handling a private matter." He nods like he's never wanted to disappear more and backs out, door clicking shut behind him. I open a new group chat and add David, Helen, Jade, and Sophia. My fingers move fast, almost calm. "Emma, we are meeting in the venue office behind the chapel in 10 minutes. Emma, I have the clinic packet, the key log, the vendor invoice, and audio. Emma, if you don't show, I will not walk down the aisle." Helen's reply comes instantly, like she's been waiting. "Helen, don't be dramatic. Helen, put your phone away. This isn't the time." I take a photo of the front desk receipt and send it. Then the screenshot of the clinic note, "Bride unaware. Mother requests discretion." Then the schedule page with EGG retrieval 9 a.m. 3 dots from David. A full minute. 2. "David, please, Emma. Not in front of everyone. Emma, then come somewhere private and tell me the truth." Sophia looks at me with something like respect and worry mixed together. "I can keep the processional on hold for a few minutes," she says. "But the venue coordinator is already queuing." "Then we move," I say, and my voice sounds like it belongs to someone older than 28. Jade grabs my hand. "I'm staying with you," she says, fierce and shaking. We slip out through the service hall so Helen can't parade me down the main corridor like a doll. The venue office is small, printer hum, corkboard, stacks of seating charts. A quiet room behind a loud dream. Sophia sets her laptop on the desk like it's court. I lay the papers out, add my phone, screen facing up. Jade stands by the door. Helen arrives first, cheeks flushed, eyes bright with controlled fury. You are ruining everything, she hisses. Not me. I say. You. Footsteps thunder in the hall, fast, uneven. When David walks in, he's holding the marriage license, still unsigned. David looks at the papers like they're snakes, then at me like I'm the one holding the poison. Just listen, he says, stepping forward, voice tight. We can talk after. No, I say. I tap the marriage license in his hand. Before you sign anything, you explain why my body is scheduled for sedation tomorrow. Helen lunges for the packet. Jade blocks her with an arm. Don't, Jade warns. Sophia turns her laptop toward David. I pulled the vendor invoice and email headers. This was forwarded from Helen's iPad. The clinic notes mention mother requests discretion. That's not a misunderstanding. David's throat works. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Helen's mask cracks. Because she snooped, she spits. David, tell her. David's gaze drops to the marriage continuity addendum. His face goes pale. I point at the clause Sophia highlighted. Read it out loud. David swallows. It says, if the wife refuses to participate in the fertility plan within 72 hours of marriage, the husband may petition to void the marriage due to material non-disclosure. My ears ring. Material non-disclosure, I repeat, as if my refusal is a defect. Helen lifts her chin. Marriage is about sacrifice. Sacrifice is not a surprise medical procedure. I say. Sophia clicks to the email chain. Plain text, dated last month. David, she'll leave if she knows. Helen, then she doesn't need to know until she's committed. Jade's shoulders shake. I didn't know about the addendum, she whispers. I thought it was just forms. David stares at the screen like it's telling on him. I wasn't trying to trap you, he says to me, voice cracking. I was trying not to lose you. By lying? I ask. By letting your mother authorize my body? Helen steps closer, eyes blazing. He had to. You would have walked away. I saved him. I look at David. Saved him from what? He opens his mouth, closes it, then finally, in a voice so small it hurts. David finally says the words I never expected. I can't have children, Emma. For a second, the room is so quiet I can hear the printer hum. Then the wedding day crashes back in like a wave. From the hallway, applause starting and stopping, a coordinator calling. 30 seconds. The ceremony is about to begin without me, which would be funny if it didn't feel like my life slipping out of my hands. David grips the marriage license like it's a lifeline. Emma, he says, voice breaking, please. Not like this. Helen steps in front of him, protective and furious. We can fix this, she says. We just need you to stop reacting. Stop reacting, I repeat. My laugh comes out wrong. To someone scheduling a procedure for me? Jade wipes her face with her sleeve, mascara streaking. Helen, you used me, she whispers. You told me you were helping. Helen doesn't even look at her. I paid for your flight. I paid for your dress. You owe this family discretion. Sophia's phone buzzes. She looks at the screen and winces. They're about to open the doors, she says. I look at David. Were you going to tell me? Ever? He stares at the floor. I wanted to, he whispers. After. When you were calm. When you wouldn't leave. The honesty is worse than the lie. I lift my phone. I have audio of you saying she signs, she smiles. I tell Helen. I have the front desk receipt. I have the clinic notes. If you try to spin this as me being hysterical, I will send everything to anyone who asks why I'm not walking. Helen's face shifts, calculating. And what will that do? She says softly. Humiliate your father in front of his friends? Humiliate yourself? You think people will side with you over a mother protecting her son? Sophia touches my elbow. Emma, she says gently, you need to decide where this happens. In here, or out there. The chapel doors are 10 feet away. Behind them, my dad, my family, David's family, strangers with phones. My knees feel like water, but I step toward the door anyway. The doors to the chapel open, and my dad looks up, smiling. My dad stands up the second he sees me, his smile wide and wet-eyed. He reaches out like he's about to hand me away to happiness, and for one heartbeat, I almost let him. Almost let the music carry me. Almost let the lie become my life. Dad, I whisper, taking his hands. His skin is warm. Real. I need you to trust me. Confusion wrinkles his forehead. Honey, what's wrong? Behind me, David appears in the doorway, pale, holding the license like he doesn't know which side of it is truth. Helen hovers a step behind him, chin lifted like she's daring me to make a scene. 200 heads tilt. Phones rise. Someone coughs. The string quartet keeps playing because no one has told them the fairy tale is bleeding. I turn to Sophia, just off to the side, eyes sharp. Pause, I say. Sophia steps forward like a referee. Everyone, we're going to take a brief intermission, she announces, voice calm and bright. Please remain seated. Murmurs ripple. I feel them like heat. I look at David and speak loudly enough for the first rows to hear. Not a speech, just a boundary. I am not signing anything today, I say. And I am not marrying someone who makes plans about my body without my consent. David flinches like I've slapped him, but he doesn't deny it. That matters. Helen's face goes red. Emma, don't you dare. Stop, my dad says, voice suddenly steel. He's looking at Helen now, not me. Who are you to talk to my daughter like that? Helen's mouth opens, but Sophia is already guiding her toward the side aisle with two venue staff, smiling the kind of smile that says, not here. Jade slips in beside me, shaking but present. I'll stay, she whispers. I turn back to David, softer now, because love doesn't evaporate just because trust shatters. If there's something you've hidden that could change my choice, you tell me before we ever try again, I say. Full medical truth. Full family truth. Therapy. Boundaries with your mother. Written, not vibes. David's eyes fill. Okay, he says, and it sounds like surrender and relief mixed together. He looks out at the guests, then back at me. His hand trembles as he holds up the license. David drops the license into my palm and says, cancel it. I'll tell them. The internet loves clean endings, but real life is mostly paperwork and feelings you have to mop up for months. That night, Sophia refunds what she can and prints a cancellation statement for the venue. I call Bright Hope from the parking lot in my wedding dress, voice shaking, and tell them, I revoke consent. In writing. Right now. They email a form. I sign it with my real signature and attach the photo of the forged one like a slap. By morning, the appointment is canceled, the card on file is flagged, and the clinic's compliance officer is suddenly interested in Helen's discretion request. My dad sits with me in the hotel room while I peel bobby pins out of my hair. He doesn't ask for details at first. He just keeps saying, I'm proud of you, like he's trying to overwrite the shame Helen wanted me to feel. David and I don't talk for 2 days. When we do, it's not romantic. It's raw. I got a vasectomy at 26, he tells me. Eyes swollen. My dad walked out when I was a kid. I swore I'd never be trapped by expectations. Then I met you, and I wanted you so badly I convinced myself I could fix it later. Mom found out and panicked. She said you'd leave. She said this was the only way. Did you want the addendum? I ask. He looks sick. No, I didn't stop it. That sentence is the bruise I keep pressing, because it's the difference between a mistake and a pattern. We start therapy, individual and together. I set rules in writing. No contact with Helen without me, no secrets with later attached, no paperwork without review. David agrees. He also tells his extended family the truth himself, in a group email, before Helen can rewrite me as the villain. Some people apologize. Some disappear. That's information too. Jade moves out of my spare room after 2 weeks and leaves me a note. I'm sorry I let money make me quiet. Thank you for choosing loud. We're rebuilding slowly, like trust is a muscle you can't rush. I don't know yet if David and I will marry. I do know I'm not interested in being someone's easy option ever again. If you're reading this and you feel that familiar pressure to keep the peace, hear me. Peace that costs your consent is just control wearing perfume.